All right, welcome to another tech video, tech tips, however you want to call it. I've got a vintage Igloo cooler with built-in speakers. I'm guessing Winston Cigarettes gave them away and maybe saved some wrappers. This one was 3.5 jack in to the speakers, no amp or anything. So it was probably fine when you had a boombox or something like that you're trying to get extra sound with, but with your phone it doesn't hardly have any sound. So what I wanted to do is add a Bluetooth amp to it, so no more wire, to your phone at least, and get a little more sound out of it. So pop these out, just some screws, and then it looks like this. Just used a box knife to cut it. So on this side, smaller hole, because all I need to do is pass the wire through. You can see my little plug jumpers there. And I just used standard connectors and boards right in the middle. Pass the wires through. A side note, the way these speakers fit, if you actually are building one of these exact things, the connectors really can't be much taller than the magnet or it'll smash on the inside. There's a little give with the plastic, but like I said, just be sure you get short connectors or push them down all the way or bend them, something like that. It'll make it fit a lot nicer. Making a spot for the wires in that circuit card. Drilled a hole for the power port. I probably should have went left a little more. I'm using one of these. I'm gonna have to press it in interference fit and put a little glue on it since I can't get to the backside with a nut. Then I use a coat hanger or something to feed the wires up. The board's gonna go in there. Tight fit. So I pulled it through. I'm gonna use the USB plug because I don't feel like soldering anymore. Plug it in the board. You can see it fed it through up to there. So then the board I'm using is this little guy right here. I'll put a link in the description. It's super cheap. I was kind of skeptical till I saw some actual videos of the sound it made, and then you'll see in the end it actually does really well. Part of the problem with the poor sound I have, it's not that bad, but these speakers are old as hell, and they still work, so I'm going to use them. I'm not expecting a lot of bass. Look at this thing, right? So you got to do a little bit of soldering. They give you speaker leads, and you got to solder them to those points there. They're actually marked really well. Sorry, my camera won't focus, but there you go. And I don't like soldering that much, so instead of using, they even give you the male of the clip to fit in here, and or female, whatever it is. And for me, good luck soldering wires on those little tips. So I had some of these. I'll put a link for these also. These, how would you call them? Molex or whatever, patch cables. So I used, it's got a female and a male end. So what I did was take the male end, cut them in half, strip this end, and then I put the speaker connectors on to connect to the speakers. And then this end, since it's a nice little pin, fit nicely. Yeah, sorry about my camera here. Fit nicely in there. Interference fit well. If you're doubting it, throw a little hot glue or something on there. So it's all in. Speakers are in. Power port is in. I didn't end up using any glue. I just shoved it in there and the threads hold it pretty well. So when you pull the cord out, you got to be a little careful. The board is powered 5 volts. You can either solder wires to it, or like I said, you can use the USB in there. And I just did that. Cut up an old cable. And now let's fire it up. So it works pretty good. I haven't tried range or anything like that. For the test, I had the USB plugged into a wall plug because the power bank that I had would not power the board for some reason. I don't know if it didn't put enough amps. I'll have to get another one. That way this will be truly portable. And then either put it in your pocket, whatever, or I was thinking maybe for portability, just put some Velcro on the lid on the side or something and stick the power bank on there. If there was more room in here, there's really not. You saw when I cut open the edge, it's, you know, ½ inch. I'd put some batteries in here and then this would actually charge. But I just don't think there's enough room to do it safely, especially if you use some lithium, so you get a lot of playtime out of it. But like always, links in the description, and I hope this gives you some ideas to build your own.